Hello, what's up, everyone? I thought I'd make this little video because I've been hearing a lot of people I know end up making their own budgets and it looks really, really bad because they're trying to save every last cent and they're trying to squeeze out every last dollar that they can. So I made an example, uh, just for fun. So Bob, right? He makes he makes 3K, right? So let's say he makes 3,000 from his income, and that's his only source of income, and comes up to this. So expenses, he has 1,800 in rent, 250 in car insurance, 250 in gas, 300 in grocery bill, and then 50 for monthly purchases. Like let's say he has a what the hell am I thinking of? Let's see, he like has like Hulu or Amazon or whatever. He has some monthly subscriptions, right? So this is his bare minimum to get through the month. He has to spend all this. He has to just to get through to the next month. So how much is he actually at? So these are everything that he needs to end up spending, right? So we'll just get the sum, and that is just D2 to D6, right? So he spends this much, right? And obviously, if we wanted to know how much this, well, what's 3,000 minus 2,650? Obviously, it's just 350. So 350 is what he's left with. Left over. And you think, okay, saving 350 a month is pretty good. But what if he, let's say, has a couple friends that are like, oh, we should go eat out or whatever, right? So in a perfect world, in a perfect month, or in a perfect scenario, he can save 350 bucks, right? Is that going to happen? No. Is he actually going to end up spending probably a little bit over that? Yeah, because you know what? Things change. He might go on a little trip and his gas might go up 350 and then he can't save 350 if his gas has already went up 100, right? So it kind of equals this certain scenario of you can't really predict. You can set this out and follow it, but don't leave yourself no room to grow or shrink or let times kind of adjust. And I think the biggest thing is, let's say his insurance, or he gets into an accident, or his insurance increases or whatever, blah blah blah. Shit happens, right? Well, let's say he gets better insurance, or he switches his job, he's still making the same, or let's say he's working from home. You're not going to spend the same on gas. Let's say his gas bill goes down to 50 bucks. Boom. Now that's pretty nice, right? So now the amount of money that he actually is saving is 500 bucks, right? But now that he's saving 550, most people think, okay, I'm going to try to save 550. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You were just trying to save 350 and that was good. And that was also cutting yourself down. Don't always You don't want to keep your expenses and income aligned because that'll end up fucking you over really badly. And I don't want to say fuck, but it will fuck you over. Like it's as simple as that. Because let's say now he's saving 550 and he puts into an account and you can't liquidate it, or let's say he puts in some bonds or stocks or ETF. I don't know. Let's say he puts it somewhere and he can't access it. Okay, well, what happens if your landlord bumps the rent by 200 bucks? You don't have the money because you put it away somewhere. But if you would have been saving 350 and putting it away and just have 200 extra, or 200 just like left over and you don't even touch it, oh boom, now you got some spending money, right? Like the thing that I found is, it's called like a pleasure expense is what I call it, is just if these are all the things that he has to, like, whoops, not rent. That's his rent, that's his insurance, that's his gas, that's his grocery, and this is his miscellaneous, right? Like that's his monthly whatever. So these are the things that he has to pay, and this is his total, right? Now, he could just decide, oh, you know what? I'm in a sticky situation. I have to work some extra job, or I have to work some extra hours, whatever, right? Yeah, that's fine. You can make some more money. Uh, but don't leave yourself in a situation where if something does go wrong, plan for the best case scenario and also the worst case. Like, It's as simple as that. All right, so I just wanted to make a little pie chart to kind of put into perspective, right? I should actually bump up the gas back to 250 just to show. So this is how it would break down. This total sphere is $3,000, right? And how I got that was we add up the blue all the way to the orange. The light blue is your pleasure expense. That's what you're left with. That's what you have after, right? Um, and each one represents its own thing. You see your miscellaneous, your grocery, your gas, your insurance, your rent, right? And your pleasure. So pleasure is like, I for me, it's considered saving and also spending money, right? And a lot of people who struggle with having a certain amount of spending money usually need to have a separate thing for savings, right? Uh, but the thing is, let's say he wants to get a certain pleasure expense of 200. He wants to have 200 bucks to spend for fun, right? So this isn't going to be able to be the same amount, obviously. So we're going to have to go here, and we're going to have to switch it to D7. See? Now his pleasure expense is only 150. Whoops. Wait, no. The savings. And I would count your savings as an expense, because if you treat it like, you know, oh, I don't have to pay it, you'll never end up sticking to it. You have to pay your rent. You have to pay your insurance. You have to pay your grocery bill, right? Those are things that you have to pay. So if you treat your savings like that in 2 months, you won't slack off with it. If you slack off with the amount of money you spend on your pleasure account, okay, sure, whatever, that doesn't matter. That's for fun. Let's say you don't spend it for a month. Oh, now I got 300 next month, right? That's something that you don't have to worry about. But treat your savings like something you spend before you're left with the money. Like when you're, like what I do is I put my savings first. I do my savings first. So if it's I make 3K, before the bills come in, I put away 200, just so then when I'm left with all the money, I don't have to pull away 200 from that last little bit left. I already put that away first. So treat it like an expense, because yeah, it's not helping you in that exact time. It's like no other bill. It will help you. It's kind of an odd thing to talk about, but that's how I treat it. And a lot of people I found end up treating their whole budget as, I need to squeeze every last dollar. Let's say your savings was 350. Okay, now you can't do anything that whole month. You can't go out, you can't drive your car, you can't, I don't know, have friends over because it'll go through too much food, or you know, you can't buy a new subscription to some streaming service, can't have any fun. That's terrible. Yeah, you're saving an extra 150 bucks a month or something, but for Bob, is that really going to make him enjoy saving that 150? No. It's like a diet. You can't just save every last penny you make. You can't go from having a terrible diet to an amazing perfect diet in just one day. Like if he wanted to save 350, the easiest way would him to take on another shift or another hour after work or something. Because there's two ways to save money that I've found, is you can either save more or earn more. And you can only save so much, right? If he saves 350, okay, now he has no money to spend. But what if he earned an extra 350? Okay, now he can save so much and he also has stuff to spend, right? So it kind of, they work both ways. So I just want people to know that, like, yeah, if you want to save so much, it has to be within your price range. And it also, if it isn't, that usually means you have to earn a little bit more. Not saying that you don't earn shit, but I'm just saying, if Bob, for an example, wanted to save 600, he doesn't even have that in his budget. He would have to either cut down on his insurance or cut down on his gas, or, well, grocery I wouldn't cut down. That sounds terrible. Maybe get rid of a streaming service or something that he doesn't use. Maybe move to somewhere with lower rent or whatever, right? Or you could just get another day, or get another day a week, or add a couple extra hours, or start trying to build something on the side that earns you a little bit of money, you know? That's the most important thing. So, yeah, I just thought I'd make this video because I see a lot of people trying to save every last penny, try to become the next, I don't know, Warren Buffett, where he's so good with his money. Like, no, you don't have to worry about that. Take small little steps. If you want to save 200 a month just to start, okay, sure. Put away 200. Treat it like an expense that you have to pay it, right? Because if not, you won't really stick to it, right? You don't. When you're on a diet and you have to eat so much just to keep going, you will eat that much. That's what you have to treat your savings like. You have to treat it like it's a need, not a want. And once you can do that, that's when you can start playing around, start earning a little bit more, start cutting down on your pleasure expense if you really know that you're not going to spend that much. Blah blah blah. Just take that into consideration.